Hey, yo, folks, and welcome to a new stream. Well, of course, it's a new stream. My apologies for yesterday. I just didn't have the time. You might have seen me for maybe 15 minutes over at Larry's channel, the DIY Guy Plus, because I got invited. But I was preparing for a negotiation, and I got it in my lap just a few days ago, and the negotiation was today. So, and we were supposed to yesterday to do the latest filings in the Delphi case. Now I will postpone that until tomorrow because tomorrow will be a full Delphi day. So tomorrow, Delphi case, the Richard Allen, in my opinion, wrongful conviction case. So that is for tomorrow. But for today, we are going to have, because a few days ago, we watched Judge Boyd together, and I enjoyed it. And you were so fun in the chat, and I had people who I haven't seen in my chats before all of a sudden show up, and people who I haven't seen in a while show up. So I hope we can repeat that while looking into Judge Boyd. Now, who is Judge Boyd? Judge Stephanie Boyd is a judge in Texas 187th district. And in my opinion, when it comes to court streams, I mean, courts that and judges who actually stream their proceedings, he must be in contention of top 5, maybe even top 3 of judges. That is an absolute delight to watch. So let's do that today again. And this is I chose this from February 20th. So it is some time ago. But I skimmed through a bunch of others. I didn't skim through this, but after I have a good feeling about this one. I don't know why. But we'll see. I have no idea what's going to show up. This is the docket, which means every case who is pending, plea deals, all of these day-to-day things, and I believe she shows mercy when needed, but she's definitely not afraid to absolutely verbally tear out throats when needed. So I really enjoy this. Judge Boyd is in Bexar County, pronounced Bear. What are you, French? With letters you don't pronounce? Okay, Bear County. Basically San Antonio. Yep. So San Antonio, 187th district, Bear County. Hey, Mrs. Tina, she is a badass for sure. Oh yeah. I've seen, I mean, as many others, the clips of her, the highlight clips, and yeah, but watching her in over the span of a few hours, everybody in that courtroom has the utmost respect for her. And she has full control of everything that goes on in her courtroom. And it's a delight to see. It is a delight to see. So, yeah, let's walk right into it. Sound on, subtitles if needed. Oh, of course, I started. Yeah. Let's see it. And there she is. Yeah.
All right, everyone, same rules apply. When you're ready, just let the clerk know, and I'll take you up. And I'm also presiding, so there may be a little bit of downtime because I have to read warrants.
So this particular court day was just over 2 hours. So going to play in normal speed, and if nothing happens there, I will talk to you. If you have questions, ask away. If I can answer them, I will be happy to try. And of course, hello you at YouTube. Hello you guys over at Rumble, and hello you viewers over at X. Very, very nice to have you here. Very, very nice. And do all the things you normally do. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't.
I need a 10-581. Claudio Macedencio Jr. I need to approach Claudio Macedencio Jr. 24. 10-581.
All right, the officer on this, please. And if you'll just come around this way.
Yes. Thank you.
Hello, Pranav Oja. Hello, good to have you here. And Sock Snatcher. Hey yo. Slidey Pie. My regular over at Rumble is here. Hello, Slidey Pie. Little Dog. Good evening to you. Well, good evening. Yes, it's 6 p.m. where I am. Dodo is here. Gwendolyn is here. Jade is here. And Vice Baby is here. Let's see. Yeah, and a bunch of others. Who are lurking. I don't mind lurking. Just say hi once in a while in the chat. Be a part of this. Sweet fly on the wall. Hello, Nick, and hello, chatters. Polly Popcorn showed up. Nice to see you here.
Shop on law or in judge. That's what I thought. I'm not confirming the probation officer. I'm talking very much.
Okay, thank you.
Put that up there instead. Let's see if I should be down. No, not down there. Maybe I should be up here. Yeah. Up here is good. That way you have full view of the courtroom and Judge Boyd. And I see Joy from Ottawa. SB is here. Justin is trucking to Cincinnati. So yeah, you're good thing you're lurking. Major Mom. Oh, what happened to the beautiful beard? I had to trim it down. It was getting unruly. And when I say unruly, it got split ends, so it started to be difficult to comb out. So I just had to, but I did not make it as short as I usually do.
Oh.
Just so I can maybe trim it out better this time if I choose to have this large beard again.
Because I have the opening to the front of my head. Okay.
See when they actually.
We received nothing.
It's just not.
There you have one. All right, let's see what this case is all about.
Okay, I got it. All right, where's? Not Philip. All right, thank you. Oh, I have it. Okay. All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge, I've conferred with the state, requested an offer. I know Mr. Edelman was, want to reach out to some people that were involved in a minor accident involved in this case before he gives us an offer. We'd just like some time to do that. I don't think this is something we're looking to buy, Judge.
All right, so the offer was due on January 16th, then it was reset today for the state to tender an offer.
I'm thinking we're on top.
So, state, when are you talking to your complainant? Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, okay, well, let me give you a date.
Okay.
Yes. So this is coming back on March 17th. State, you need to be prepared to tender an offer. And defense, it's gonna be a quick turnaround for a plea deadline date if you all don't reach an agreement.
Understood, Judge.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, I'll give you the reset form and then you are excused once your client signs it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There's sometimes defense is all prepared, let's go. We have offer, we have something we want to do, and it's the state that drags its feet. And it seems to be that case here. Now, I don't know much about the prosecutor's office in this particular county, but if the deadline was January 16th, this was February 20th, and they still, that's 2 months. I mean, it's a phone call. Hey, we got an offer here. What you say? Yeah, that he has quite a fancy coat there. Quite a fancy coat. I don't know the type it is. And he has it matching tie as well. That's interesting. Yeah.
Super long.
Made a mistake on our city yesterday.
And is his first name Macedonia?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because on the docket, it appears different. It appears that Claudia is your first name.
Did he bring the wrong client? No, I
All
don't
right,
think
here,
so.
counsel.
Macedonia,
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
country in
All right, state your
Europe.
excuse. You're welcome.
Baby squealing. She says, "Hi, Uncle Nick. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Gabu, gabu, gabu." Aw. My youngest niece and my youngest nephew, they are over a year old now. So the baby thing is going into toddler thing. It's
All right, who's
so
here
much
on
fun.
Oscar Barrera?
Okay. Oscar, what did you do, Oscar?
Court is calling 2024 CR 011561 State versus Oscar Barrera. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
David Rodriguez for Oscar Badetta.
And are you Oscar Barrera?
Right.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Barrera, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And probation, this is an application. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
I wish the prosecution
Did you
could
review the
use
court admonishments with your
microphone.
attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of marijuana, 5 pounds to 4 ounces as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is.
Mr. Barrera, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years, and there be no operation of any motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And do you understand that before, even if you have a valid driver's license, before you are allowed to drive, you must present that valid driver's license to probation? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And did you understand that those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
State any evidence?
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and steps with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Okay, while she reviews that, over here in Sweden, where I am, for instance, here he had, what was it, between 4 ounces and 5 kilos. And the penalties could be between 180 days in jail, up to 2 years, or with a plea deal, apparently some community service. Over here, it's a mandatory 5 years in, no, 6 months in prison for 5 grams of marijuana. 5 grams. There are examples in courts here where the amount of weed it was so low it was not measurable, which means lower than 0.05 grams, and they still charged them with possession. 5 grams means possession with the intent to sell over here, with a mandatory 6 months in prison. Yeah, don't come here with weed. The rest of the world is trying to get rid of this ridiculous criminalization. Sweden goes the opposite direction. What can I say? Don't do weed in Sweden.
Evidence. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would urge the court to follow our plea bargaining recommendation.
All right. Counsel, you need cough drops or something?
Judge.
Ah. All righty. That's the only medical thing I have for you. I have nothing else to help you out. All right. Do you have any children?
It's not under
What are their ages?
23 and 14.
All right. And does a 14-year-old live with you? When's the last time you saw your children?
Oh,
3 months.
Why? Why is that?
Her mom just, you know how it is.
No, I don't know how it is.
Well, I call her, I contact her almost every day, but it's only on by the phone.
Are they in Bear County?
She's in church.
All right. Well, if you behave appropriately, if you are a good mom, you wouldn't want your child around somebody who's doing this, right? And if you're drug tested today, what would the results be? And let me just tell you, now's the time to be honest, because
Okay.
so what would it be?
Marijuana.
All right. So there's another thing. Maybe she doesn't want her child around somebody smoking marijuana. And the officer is saying that your vehicle smelled of marijuana. And then in the police report, you admit that there's marijuana in the car. Nobody wants their child to smell like marijuana. You are supposed to set a good example for him. You understand?
No, I do.
So you can still get your life in artists. It's not the end of the world, right? You'll have a chance to be successful and maybe have a chance to end up in your child's life and being a good role model, okay?
Yeah.
Are you employed?
Yes, I'm hungry.
What do you do?
I just got me a job Monday on Casa Rio on the road.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. When my mom came to town, I took her on one of the boat rides. And then everybody proceeded to get the flu because we did it. It was cold, but it was still enjoyable. All right, the court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. If you complete everything early, then the court will let you off early. You understand? So whether or not you're on this probation for the full 2 years, that's completely up to you. You're going to have to stop using marijuana. You're not allowed to use marijuana on your probation. And believe it or not, you're not even allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. Doesn't matter if it's in your house at a cookout, it's not allowed.
I will make very, very sure I will never be on probation in Texas.
Those are not my rules. Those are the legislature's rules. All right. So there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, and make sure they test for levels. So your levels should start going down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you complete parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. State, is there any restitution for the drug testing?
No, Judge.
All right. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Thank
All right, you're welcome. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing: to be successful in this court on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let your probation officer know. For example, if for some reason they're not letting you off on your job, don't just throw your hands up, because when you just throw your hands up, that usually ends up resulting in a motion to revoke. Let probation know. If you feel as though probation is not addressing the issues that you have, You can always come back to court and address them with me. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, one of these times where, I mean, she gave him a chance. Hey, I'm going to accept your plea bargain. 2 years probation, but if you do the things, I will get you. I will get you off probation earlier. So, and this I've seen before. She gives chances when you deserve it. But if you misuse her trust, oh boy, you're in for a hard time. That was a sweet opening to this stream. It's a very sweet opening. Let's see.
I think the, I'm sorry, just 1 second. Mr. Sorry, who do you have? I think the files got out a little out of order.
Salazar, Your Honor.
All right, Sammy Salazar. And then after that, it'll be Ashbaugh.
And Judge, I hear this, that move for a motion for competency that was started in December, and the court tells me there's no reply back yet.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
what is up with the competency?
It looks like it was filed on December 30th, Judge, and nothing has happened. So there's no movement. I don't know if I don't know, since there was a new judge that came in, what's going on, but there has been no movement.
All right, you want to send an email down there?
Hi, Daryl. So the order was competency hearing in December.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to recall this case to see what's happening down there. We're going to recall it for February 27th.
I'll be back, Judge.
All right.
Thank you. I'm excused.
Yes.
All right, recalled on February 27th. This is this court day is from February 20th. So if we get through this fast, I will check for February 27th so we can find out what happened with this case. But it's weird. Ordered a competency hearing in December, and 2 months later, nothing happened. Come on, prosecution, don't drag. Yeah, as again, I have no idea why nothing happened, but for me, it is kind of lazy, unless they have some absolutely proper excuse for why they dropped the ball here. Okay, I'm prepared to listen, but why wait
Right,
2
and Norma, you
months
put
for
that for
competency?
February 27th.
Yes, ma'am.
James Ashbaugh. Tyler James Ashbaugh.
Tyler James Ashbaugh.
Sorry, what?
Oh, property was on.
Okay. Just 1 second. Sure. No, what page was the last person on?
He's on page 6, Judge.
All right. Why isn't he under motions to revoke?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right, yes, why we're here.
So, Judge, we're here on pretrial motions, mainly my motion to suppress evidence in this case. However, I came in here fully prepared to
Mhm.
be ready to argue on this motion, Judge. But about 20 minutes before this hearing was set to the end, I was given some records. Those records are vital to the understanding of this motion to suppress. I need a chance to review those records and evaluate those records.
Okay, how much?
Doorstep documentation. So 20 minutes before they walked in, boom, here's some records. I don't like that practice at all. these doorstep filings and handing over records. That's just sneaky. Shows that you are trying to hide something, because they were prepared. He was prepared to go up and argue for his client motion to suppress, and boom, hey, we found these records. Don't like that at all.
Time are you asking for?
I would ask for 30 days. The state has a separate motion for continuance based on another matter, and I'll let them inform the court.
Yeah, Judge, so we were set for pretrial motions today and then for trial on Tuesday. I do want the court to know that I made efforts to receive these records as soon as I found out that they existed and that they were just provided to me today. And as soon as I received them, I did turn them over to Mr. Navy. And I do concede that they do.
Okay, so it's not the prosecution's fault. It is the investigator or whoever was holding on to those records. But this is the Karen Reed case light, because they are, at least are still on pre-trial. But it's, yeah, don't think that.
To the heart of this motion. But regarding the trial date, I mean, I was ready and prepared to go forward on the motion to suppress today. The witnesses are here present, but I did have a motion for continuance on the trial date based on a necessary and material witness being unavailable. And so, just so the court is aware, the firearms analysis in the case is conducted by Ed Wallace. He's no longer with the Bear County Crime Lab, and so my office has been in communication with him, and I have an understanding that he would be available to testify around April 14th of 2025, but in an effort to expedite that the trial date for the court, I resubmitted the evidence for testing, and the Bear County Crime Lab has represented to me that it would take them a minimum of 2 weeks. So I guess all of that was just agreed. I'm in agreement with 30 days now.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. No, I love more information than less information. All right, so defense,
Yes,
the
Judge.
motion to suppress,
Yes.
what specifically are you seeking to suppress?
I'm seeking to suppress everything that was found as a result of the search of my client's apartment
Mhm.
and his statement as well, Judge.
All right, so this is what we'll do. We're gonna set it for jury trial. We'll do the motion to suppress on a Monday. And I'm assuming based upon what you're telling me, if the court were to grant the motion to suppress, then the case is over. Is that correct? I mean, other than if somebody wants to appeal, or is there something else?
It's really fact specific, Judge, and I can't 100% say that it would be discussed for me to court.
Okay, all right, so the state is telling me there still may be enough evidence to carry on with trial, so.
Judge, but I would still heavily urge the court if we could have that motion before a trial is set.
Well, what I can tell everybody, because this case has been here since 2023, and I know a lot of it had to do with discovery, and we're still here for discovery. So I'm going to give you your 30 days. The motion to suppress is going to be heard on a Monday,
Okay,
and then jury selection will be on a Tuesday if we get to that.
that's fine, Judge. As long as
All
it's
right,
pre-trial.
Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
30 days, need a jury trial date, but set it on a Monday.
So if I get this correct, this case has been pending for 2 years. And today, the prosecutor, got some stuff that she immediately handed over. So 2 years. Jesus Christ. It's not, they can't even blame the vid. 2 years? I need to check this out, because 30 days would be around March 19th to 20th. I will put that down because I want to hear more about this. Because again, if there is a faster clock, I'm here. But this sounds really strange. 2 years pending. And just at the brink of trial, all of a sudden, some investigator or whoever, I don't know anything about this case. On the brink of more or less trial. Oh, boom, doorstep discovery. And apparently there's been discovery problems in this case. So I want to know more about this case. So I will check it out. I will check it out because it seems like some of the trials I'm actually going to cover this year will be somewhat postponed. So I'm always in the search for something. I mean, there's always something with the Delphi case. There's always something with the Adelson case. And now the Tate case in Romania, well, might not be as much, but I heard that Florida is opening up an investigation against the Tate brothers. Yeah, let's see. And then not until September, we have the YNW Melly trial. So something interesting. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Okay, give me 1 second.
And while she's looking for that, is there any objections if people have witnesses that need to be by Zoom as far as the motion to suppress is concerned?
As far as the motion to suppress, I would like those witnesses to appear in person. I believe it's just officers. It's not an expert that lives out of town.
Okay, all
I
right,
just would like to have the possibility to show them exhibits. in
sure,
person.
no problem.
Hi, Mrs. K. Grift.
It'll be that March 24th, Judge,
All right.
the Monday.
All right, so we'll have the motion to suppress on March 24th, then the jury trial will begin on the 25th,
Oh,
if we get there.
Okay.
So, motion for continuance.
March 24th. I'm going to.
At the end of the day, defense, unless you think the state didn't seek to get this information before now, I honestly don't see where a motion for continuance should be charged with either side. But if there is going to be a motion for continuance, it's going to be charged to the state.
I would agree, Judge.
Whether that be a charge to the state or there's just no charge.
That it would be charged to the state.
So you want a motion for continuance heard and you want it charged to the state.
Well, I haven't filed a motion for continuance, Judge. That was just the state. It was just.
No, I wasn't going to rule on it.
I got you. Okay.
So if you want me to rule on the state's motion for continuance, I will.
Sure, Judge.
To rule on it or not rule on it?
Yes. It's a rule.
All right. Let me just tell everybody, at the end of the day, this case is old. It's from 2023.
Right. I don't anticipate any that being relevant in the future, but just out of an abundance of caution, Judge. I would-
Let me just tell you all out of the abundance of caution, if the state comes back and they file a motion for continuance, they can put first motion for continuance. If they want to, they can title it that way. But I'm going to look at this case, and this case is from 2023. So it's what I'm telling you all, unless there is something out there, we're going. I don't want to wish any ill on any witnesses, but unless something, bye, take care. Unless somebody, you're welcome. Unless somebody, there's some sort of major reason for it to be a motion for continuance, it's not happening.
I
This
understand.
case has been from 2023. So with that being said, I really don't see how it would be appropriate to charge them for a continuance motion.
I'll leave it up to your discretion, Judge.
Well, thank you, Nathaniel Navy. I appreciate that. All right, state, let me just, there will be no other continuances. All right. In defense, you have not, I don't know if you've previously filed a motion for continuance, but I'm expecting both parties to be ready for the motion to suppress and then be ready for trial, if that's what becomes of this.
That's my understanding, Judge.
All right, anything else?
No. And then on that, I guess on that Monday, there are some other motions, but I figure it's probably better to just have them all heard.
Yes, and I will tell you on Monday, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
How long do y'all expect the motion to suppress to last?
Maybe, I mean, it just depends on the interpretation of the records, Judge, but I would guesstimate an hour.
All right, so then what I'll do is on Monday, y'all will be set at 2. Okay,
Monday at 2
now
Texas.
I have the hiccups. All right. And it makes me think of the guy from Sanford and Son who used to always come over and he was intoxicated. But I have not been drinking. So, all right, 2 p.m., March 24th, and that's the motion to suppress. And then the jury trial will be March 25th. All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, and 2 p.m., okay?
So-
All right, do you want your client here present for the motion to suppress or you want him by Zoom?
Can I inform Norma later once we make that
Well,
decision?
State, do you have any objection to the defendant appearing by Zoom? Yes.
That's fine, Judge. He can be present.
All right, I'll see you all at 2 p.m. then. Just sign the reset form, then you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
What was the name of that guy who played on Sanford and Son, had the gray hair?
And Judge, on the 25th, you got in here by 9.
Yes, 25th is 9.
So, March 24th, motion to suppress. And if that is successful, there's no trial. If it's not successful, there will be a trial. I have no idea how long this trial is supposed to be or anything. I hope it's not a 6-month long trial. But yeah. Again, I have no clue what this is about. But if all the evidence more or less comes from a flawed search, I want to hear the excuse from the state, because as you said, it's been pending since 2023. They have resubmitted some things for testing. Why would you need that? And yeah, so it piqued my interest.
It's gonna come to me. Deputy Lord, come to me at 1 a.m. tonight. I'll wake you up and tell you. I mean, he was a great actor. He was a character actor.
On Mondays, you want to talk to?
No, it's a person who would come on and he would be intoxicated.
Oh,
He
I know.
had the,
He was. I know. I know who she's talking about. He was on the Dean Martin show. He was this drunk comedian. Foster Brooks. Absolutely hilarious. Foster Brooks. On YouTube, you can see Grady Wilson, not Foster Brooks. I don't know who Grady Wilson is. I need to check that out. But if you don't know, if you haven't seen Foster Brooks, oh, you need to see it. It is hilarious.
gray hair. And there's also another guy who played in the television series with Goldie Hawn, Laugh-In. Will Brooks, or is it Will Brooks? It's gonna come to me.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks. Thank you. No, not Mel Brooks. Not Mel Brooks.
No, if she says Brooks, she means Foster Brooks. So apparently Grady Wilson is also some kind of drunk, plays good drunk. Mel Brooks. No. No, but if the last name is Brooks, they are talking about Foster Brooks. And I've been going, Foster Brooks is white. Yeah, that's correct. Darn it. Yeah, I have no idea.
It's gonna come to me.
Dylan Brooks, I knew.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, March 24th. I have put it down in my calendar. It's 2 p.m. Texas time, which should be around 9 p.m. my time. Yeah, everybody has PTSD from the name Brooks.
Yeah.
Grady Brooks. Okay.
Foster Brooks.
No.
There we go.
Ah,
Looks like
she said it. Foster Brooks. Foster Brooks. Never heard of Foster Brooks. Oh. Search on YouTube Foster Brooks and Dean Martin. Absolutely. It is so good. It is so good.
sugar to me. It looks very tempting.
Jacqueline Wallace. All of your children are now just grown and tall. I'm like, where are the babies? Pretty soon it's gonna be quinceañera time, right?
I'm in the thick of it, but we're not doing quinceañeras.
Okay.
We're doing a non-quinceañera.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 3725B, State versus Jacqueline Wallace. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Defendant for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Rochelle Sevilla for Ms. Wallace.
And are you Jacqueline Wallace?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
yes. Ma'am.
Are you the same Jacqueline Nicole Wallace who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of aggravated robbery on April 3rd, 2023 for a period of 9 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Sharon, still proceeding, motions to enter education fields, violation condition number 40. On or about the 11th day of October 2023 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Jacqueline Nicole Wallace, the then and there failed to comply with the instructions of the Alpha Home as directed by the head or authorized personnel of that agency. And the defendant rejected treatment admission, violation of condition number 40.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Take away all other violations.
Any objection to the waivers?
No, yes.
Do you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 40, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true?
Up to life in prison for not complying. That's. But I assume she's a career criminal. That this 9-year stint is not her first one.
True to violation of condition number 40.
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 40 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
It's around 4 years.
It's, the minimum is 5.
Whoopsie.
They have 1 minute.
Sure.
Prosecution, please. If the minimum is 5, then it's yeah. Oh, so for non-compliance, yeah, aggravated robbery, 9 years, a 9-year stint, and then she decides to be a non-compliance. Yeah, but life? That sounds a bit harsh.
Any objection to the court reviewing the previous stipulations?
No.
Yeah, I mean, we've been watching a few Texas trials here with absolutely horrific crimes. I haven't seen one with parole or anything, but yeah.
Oh. So what has she done since she's been on probation? Have you done anything on probation?
No, ma'am, no.
All right, so why shouldn't you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you
So you got a 9-year stint. You got out on parole and you decided, hey, screw it. Why? Well, for some career criminals, they just keep going. I don't know if she is, but yeah.
solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jacqueline Wallace.
All right, so why shouldn't I sentence you to life in prison? You have done nothing on probation.
Well, I don't have an answer for that. I really don't have an answer for that.
All right, because I'm not inclined to give you the minimum because you haven't done anything on probation.
Right, I understand that.
All right.
You should have been
Court is finding
prepared.
violation of condition number 40 true. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of the deadly weapon.
Oh,
There's to be no contact with the complainants.
so she had 9 years. She got out on probation, decided to be a moron, and now she gets an additional 10 years. Yeah, if you have stipulations to your probation, do them. Do them. Do I believe 10 is a bit excessive? Yeah, but folks, I'm Swedish. You barely get 10 years for manslaughter here.
Probation, was there any restitution that was owed?
Amount was $2,000. That went to Margie Claudio,
Mhm.
and none of that has been paid.
All right. There's to be restitution to Margie. You say Claudio
Yes, Judge.
in the amount of $2,000. And there's to be no contact with Margie Marie Claudio and Renee Pantino. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
All right, so you have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Yes.
Come here.
Night mag rejection form. Thank you, Emily.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I don't know who she is, but I mean, I could see she's starting to get gray hair. Or so she's not a youngster anymore. That defendant. So 9-year stint, got out on probation and decided, screw the stupid whatever I had to do. Yeah, and you're in Texas. You should know what might happen. Do I agree with it? No, I do believe this is a bit excessive. But you're in Texas.
Bring everybody out.
Oh, Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
I have a client who just got an acquittal for in the 226. We sent the expungement petition into the DA's office. They signed off on it. And I just wanted to see if we can get a signature. I have the petition here and
You'll
the.
pass it here, and I'll take you in order of appearance, because I have a couple of cases before you.
Okay.
All right, who's here? Matthew Salazar?
I am, Judge.
All right, where's Mr. Salazar?
In the Bear County Jail.
All righty. Norma, can you see if Matthew Salazar can appear by Zoom?
I asked him, he's not on Zoom yet.
No.
Let me give him a call.
All right, as soon as he's on Zoom, I'll take you out. Everyone, I'm taking a short break to take care of some warrants. Yes.
I see the chat is going on. When did you start to get? I was in my mid-20s when I started to get gray, and now in my 50s, I have been completely gray for 10 years, maybe. But I still have a full set of hair, so that's good. Well, except it's starting to get a bit thinner on the top. Comes with aging. Hey, Indigo Luna is here. I haven't seen you in a while, I think. Good to have you back here. Good to have you back here. Kevin says, I have trouble resisting chicken fried steaks and Texas fries. Oh, no. Now I'm hungry. Okay. Skip ahead a bit.
Yeah, fine. All right, yes. My glasses are off. You're asking me to see a far distance.
Duck walk in the back.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I thought it was
Yeah.
me.
All right, just give me a second on yours. Can you raise your right hand? You someone swear from all is true, correct, within your personal knowledge. All right. You know, today would be a good day for gumbo.
19 degrees. Yeah, no.
Y'all just wait in the gallery?
You just wait till all
Gas
your-
station parking lot.
You can hear like 10,000 friends.
That's my first one. I just put all this for you. I'm so lost.
That would be great.
I can only say so much.
I think that's the same one. Is it 6648?
Yes, 6'3".
Yes.
Mrs. K. Grift. I got married in Texas. Not 100% sure it was legal as my husband was on painkillers, but too late now. I thought that's a Las Vegas wedding. That doesn't count. I need to get back to Texas. This year I'm going to Utah and Miami.
Who's Robert?
And 2026, I hope I can go to Canada and visit Ian. But I will be back in Texas sometime. Maybe not in August this time.
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you going to see the one here?
No. Oh. In the battery box.
Oh. Yeah, you don't mix that up.
All right.
That's how it started.
Oh, yeah.
And you're not wearing your bars. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
This is the way we dress.
Yeah. I'll be sending all the
If it's cold. Thank you. When you get allergies, it's just.
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
Okay, see, I keep telling people that's not me. Well,
Oh,
Oh, no, it's me, but it's not me. I'm not the person who does that. Other people do that.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
My signature somewhere.
No, this one, see, so I witnessed, so this is just me witnessing.
Yeah, you're going to work.
You don't have that.
I chose to do a cutout of that life in prison for parole violation as a separate video. So if you want to go back, you don't have to search this entire stream for it. You can just go to my videos and rewatch that.
Double.
It's double, but people will say, wait a minute. We're definitely correct.
I don't know, I didn't read that, but it's all dealing with her.
Big picture. Big picture.
Come on, come on. You know, I believe that people should be able to see.
And hello, low light recovery over at Rumble.
Instead of just points. I have it ready for television. I think it, hopefully it helps not people not get involved.
Over at Rumble, they are discussing the Delphi case and the geofencing things. I have not seen any names given. I have seen names given, but I haven't seen them in actual court records yet. Hopefully that will show up eventually. For you who don't know, in the Delphi case, 2 burner phones who were in Delphi during the murders of Abby and Libby, those phones were up in another double murder in 2012 in that area of a kidnapping murder. And that's a hell of a coincidence that 2 burner phones 5 years apart can be connected to 2 double murder of minor girls. I have a video on it. It's on the Delphi Murders playlist.
out there other than for school, you know? We'll meet you.
Let's skip ahead until we get to.
And after Michael,
Okay.
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, Roundtree is checked in. I don't have Salazar as having checked in.
Salazar is, they're gonna take a few more minutes, and they'll have them on.
Okay, who is here for Michael Martinez? And after Michael Martinez, it will be Francis Medina.
I'm here on Martinez here.
Yes, where is he?
He is in
Mr.
custody.
Martinez, if you'll come down. Court is calling 2023 CR 9821B, State versus Michael James Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record? State, defense,
Ron Zimmerman for Mr. Martinez.
and are you Mr. Martinez? Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications?
No.
All right. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Hi
You're
there.
charged with theft, $2,500 to $30,000 of state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe so, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand, according to you, the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the Bear County Jail. There's a $500 fine. And the state and the defense have agreed that you be punished under 1244. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Say again, Your Honor?
Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yeah, Mr. Jingles is having only cat's moment behind me here, and I don't think that. Oh, you're done. Thank you, Mr. Jingles. Mr. Jingles, you don't have to clean yourself there live on stream. Could you please avoid that, Mr. Jingles?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
And state you may be excused. Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Martinez and I have thoroughly gone through the case that the state has alleged against him. And I believe that he understands the gravity of his situation and wants to take responsibility for his actions, Your Honor.
All right. Court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's to be $500 fine, time and money run concurrent. There's to be no contact with any target. And also no contact with Jason Jesus Guerra. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to make some choices in your life. If you want to, there's always room at the jail. No matter what the capacity legally is supposed to be, there's always room for people at the jail. There's not gonna be where they say, oh, we're only supposed to have 5,000 people here. But Michael Martinez has picked up a case. Do we have room for him? They're gonna say yes. So you're gonna have to make changes in your life. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, once you're released, if you come back here, I'll find a place for you. You understand? All right, good luck to you, okay? You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And may I be excused?
Yes.
Thank
Yep.
you.
A theft for quite some value. 180 days in jail. Minimum. Yep. Nothing to say about that. And then the last one. Risked life for a parole violation. Thank you, Justin Wright. The burnt phones were in Iowa for other act. Thank you. Iowa. I don't remember what the town's name was, but again, in the Delphi case, that's a hell of a coincidence. 2 burner phones belonging to supposedly 2 different people are at 2 double murder sites. That's a hell of a coincidence. I don't think somebody's going to start Only Cats channel. I won't.
Francis Medina.
There you are.
So what are we here for in this case?
Mr. Medina, judge has a motion to revoke on the
Mhm.
possessionless in the grand case.
Mhm.
Subsequent to that, before the calling the motion, she has picked up, been charged with an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in a new possession case. The court just appointed me a couple hours ago.
Oh,
I need to look at that. Judge. So we're-
this is the after photo of that woman who got risked life. That's the before and after. Yeah, if you do enough stupid things for enough time, this is what's going to happen to you.
requesting a brief reset.
And are you on the aggravated case as well?
I'm assuming, yes.
All right. So how much time are you asking for, counsel? When do you want this recalled?
As soon as possible, Judge. I'm assuming.
I mean, I can bring it in next week if you want it brought in next week.
And I got raided by Dolly. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the show. We are in Judge Boyd's court. She has a docket day, and we are now watching this lady here who has picked up a bunch of charges, including assault with a deadly weapon. And this is her attorney. He got that case a few hours ago. So they are asking for a continuance of sorts because he kind of needs to get up to speed, and I understand why. Earlier today in this stream, we had the woman who was risking life in prison for a parole violation. She got a 9-year stint. She was out on parole and decided to do absolutely nothing of the stipulations of that parole. So Judge Bev sentenced her to 10 years in prison. And also on today's docket was the pending case from 2023 with a motion to suppress. And the prosecution asked for continuance. You could see that Judge Boyd wasn't too happy about it because the defendant's attorney was there ready to argue motion to suppress. And on the doorsteps to the court, he got new documents from the state that the state hadn't gotten from the investigators until that morning. So yeah, and that was rescheduled for March 24th. And that piqued my interest. So March 24th, I will tune into that case because I really want to hear the motion for suppress. And so that is what we have been watching so far. And now you're up to speed.
I don't know how long ago the ag took place. The evidence is in.
And so that the new act case on, so the motion to revoke is filed on January 13th. The new one line was contract on. So we don't have.
Hi, Dolly.
Right now.
Everybody say hello to Dolly.
All right, this is what I'll do. I'll recall it for 30 days and counsel. If you contact the state and they have something before then, we'll bring you back before then at the request of your counsel. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset.
March 24th.
Ms. Abrams on Francis Medina, it's gonna come back on March 24th.
Have a seat, ma'am. That's back there.
She's.
I'm just telling you.
Hi, Christine.
Is she also listed as Frances Rigby?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, everybody responded in unison. Yes.
So she has two names on the
Okay.
docket.
Thank you for letting me know.
Doesn't bode well for that lady. Ooh.
32 years married. Oh, sometimes you end up doing that because you put up with a lot. No offense to the men, but you know. Yeah.
I just handed over some snacks to Mr. Jingles because he was aiming for my hand with his teeth. And I prefer his chewing on snacks instead of my fingers. Thank you, Brain Socks, over at Rumble for your $2 Rumble rant. A little
right, what is
support
happening
before
with this
lunchtime
case?
ends. Thank you so much.
We're gonna put it on the trial docket, Judge.
All right, how long do y'all expect this jury trial to last?
3 days.
All right, do y'all want a jury trial or a bench trial? Have you discussed a bench trial with your client?
I haven't, Judge.
right.
I assumed it was gonna be a jury trial.
Well, you want to discuss a bench trial with your client? So, Mr.
sure.
Clinton, with a bench trial, this is what will end up happening. Instead of 12 people making a decision on whether you're guilty or not guilty, I would be the person who would hear the evidence and make that decision. This is what I'm going to tell you about me. If the state proves their case, I'm going to find you guilty. If they don't prove their case, I'm going to find you not guilty. And for the court, at least for me, it doesn't matter if the charge, whatever the charge is, if it's a bench trial, it could be murder, it could be an aggravated robbery, it could be a possession less than a gram. If the state proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt, guess what's going to end up happening? I'm going to find you guilty. If they are unable to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to find you not guilty. So if you want a bench trial and the state has no objections to your having a bench trial, I will hear the evidence and I'll make a decision. If you don't want a bench trial and you want a jury trial, just let us know.
Jury trial.
All righty.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
A jury trial, that means that it's a certain amount of time that I got to get prepared and such, right?
No, I mean, what it means is you all are telling me that you're ready for trial. What I can tell you is that there are other trials that are ahead of you. But if it's just going to be a bench trial, we'll be able to squeeze you in to my docket. But if it's a bench trial, and how long do y'all expect this trial to last? 3 days for unauthorized use of a vehicle?
I think it'd be shorter than that, Judge.
All right. So, Norma,
Unauthorized use of a vehicle. So, car theft. Or, hey, can I borrow your car and then take off on I don't know. I have no idea, but 3 days sounds excessive.
Yes, sir.
where would you set this? It's 2 days, and that includes jury selection?
Give me 1 second.
So, do you want a jury trial or bench trial?
I'm not exactly sure yet. You were talking about.
I would encourage you to.
He was talking about
Bench
trial motion.
Here's
June 10th.
Here's the thing. You want to talk to him about a bench trial or a jury trial? Now's the time to make the decision. You can talk to him in the box. Counsel, if you'll talk to him in the box about that.
That'd be great, Judge. Thank you.
Who's here on Salazar?
Have a seat, sir. Have a seat and talk to your attorney, please. Thank you.
Salazar?
It's Robert Porter.
All right, to the jail. If I can see Mr. Salazar. And Norma
Hey,
Roundtree
John
is
C.
in the-
Heyo.
on the Zoom as well.
Okay.
All right, so they have a
Hello,
black screen here,
Fenris.
but there's nobody picking up at the jail for Salazar.
They're probably just trying to put them on.
Well, Mr. Porter, he's on the screen, but they need to open the box for him, start the video and the sound. So once that's done, we'll take it up. Yes, and you can finish your story, although it looks very interesting. I may have to leave the bench to listen to it.
You're part of the story.
Oh, okay. I think I know the story you're telling, though.
Yeah, if there's not often an attorney recommends bench trial.
Case that have been here on my truck is still waiting to get in that. I don't understand that one bit.
I can't hear now.
I even,
Oh, we're not talking. Can you hear us now? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just give me one moment.
Okay. Zoom hearing or from jail.
okay, ma'am. Hey, what, okay, thank you, when it was- no, I sure don't, because when I got it listed and I thought. Yes. When I saw the magistrate judge,
I don't think it's the guy on the screen that is actually doing the talking. Just, or he's an exceptional ventriloquist. So I do think this is some mistake regarding who is supposed to be shown.
the magistrate over here in the South Tower gave me a bond for 6 cases. Okay. For 6 cases. She arrested me for 6 cases. I was out on bond on 2 cases. Which is one unauthorized use, I was out on bond.
Norm, I
And then
just
was
sent you
out
an
on
email.
bond on-
All right, we're on the record in 2022 CR 3264, State versus Matthew Salazar. Can I have parties announced for the record for the
The
state?
new ones.
Reporter for
Defense-
Mr. Salazar.
New cases.
Are you Mr. Salazar?
Were an unauthorized use, which I picked
Are you
up.
Mr.
Yes,
Salazar?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, any objections to Mr. Salazar appearing by Zoom, state?
No.
Defense?
No, yeah.
On
All
September
right,
the
Mr.
24th,
Salazar,
Why is the sound on from somebody absolutely different? I don't know.
did you know how to mute and unmute yourself?
you understand me?
No, ma'am.
Never apprehended.
All right, so there's a space bar on your keyboard. It's the longest bar.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so whenever I mute you, and I ask you to unmute yourself, just hold that space bar down.
Okay. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, I'm gonna mute you right now because
Okay.
getting a lot of conversation from your end, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
On October the 1st, you got me.
All right, we're here for a motion to set bond. State, have you reviewed the motion?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, do you all have a proposed agreement?
I do believe, I'm not sure if we're in agreement, but the state does have a proposal.
All right, so state, what are you requesting?
The state would be requesting a $30,000 bond, no contact with the complainant, and I guess any other conditions that were ordered.
All right, in defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're requesting the original bond of 15,000. There's no complaint on, as far as I know, as far as the motion to revoke is concerned, but that's not an issue. And that was part of his probation anyway, so he's.
Okay.
Right, no contact with the complainant in the probation case.
All right, so am I correct in assuming that the reason why he doesn't have a bond is because of the motion to revoke, that a motion to revoke was filed?
I'm assuming that, Judge, because you're the one that remanded him without bond based on the motion.
All right, let me see if that's the reason, because sometimes the bondsman is on the bond.
No, from what
They
I
remove
understand,
themselves.
from what I understand, when I was looking at it, obviously, and the court may read it different than I did.
Mhm.
When the court filed or signed the MTR, you remanded without bond.
Okay,
To my knowledge, that's the case as well.
okay. My Odyssey is moving very slow today.
I am not surprised.
Well, the good thing about Odyssey moving slow is you can always blame stuff on Odyssey.
Right?
But once Odyssey, if Odyssey,
Well, honestly, just so the court, Mr. Salazar knows, honestly, I represented Mr. Salazar a few years back.
Mhm.
The MTR was filed. Odyssey kept me on as an attorney, but I was never notified that I was
Mhm.
appointed again for this MTR. So after his family called me up a couple of times, I spoke with Norma. She got me on and we got this filed.
All right, what I can tell you all, what I'm reading in the Odyssey, at least the court record, I ruled on a first violation report.
Mhm.
And let me see,
That was in March 24.
it was, just one second. It was January 21st, 2022.
Okay.
So,
I do think there was another MTR that was in March, and then that one was resolved with an amended conditions.
all right, let me see. I didn't go to the next page. Bond set. All right, then I had a previous bond of $75,000.
That the state could not see.
Nor did defense.
Oh, sorry, 7,500.
Okay.
But no, let me just tell you the way Odyssey has it written. Odyssey has it written as, we can go off the record. Odyssey has it written as 7500. There's a decimal point, then 00, and then 8 zeros after that. So. All right, so then Judge Rangel is in here.
I
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. All right. All right, now I am up to speed. All right, we're back on the record. So, Mr. Salazar, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. And unmute for me, please. All right, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. The questions I'm going to ask you is related to your bond, and they're not related to your case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right, so have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental health issues?
Yes, ma'am. I'm getting treated downtown for PTSD and severe depression disorder.
All right, and have you ever in the past used any type of illegal substances?
No, ma'am. I'm currently not doing anything. I don't even drink. I just cigarettes. That's it.
All right, and if you were released, do you have someone that you're staying with?
Yes, ma'am. I do. I have
All
my
right.
own house, and then I could go stay with my father. He's a retired Air Force.
All right, and are there any minors that will be staying in the house with you?
No, ma'am. Neither at my house or at my father's house.
All right, thank you. Any objections to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, any objections, defense, to the court reviewing the motion to revoke?
No,
All right. And just so you're aware, Mr. Salazar, I'm just reviewing the motion to revoke. I'm not taking it as true, but I'm just trying to make sure that there's nothing else that's in here that I should be aware about as far as it relates to the complainant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
State, will you make the complainant aware of the fact that a bond is being set for Mr. Salazar? All right, so the state is asking for 30, defense, you're asking for 15?
yes, sir.
And the court will note that the previous bond was $7,500. And part of the motion to revoke in the allegations is that your client has been missing.
There it is, Judge.
We found him. All right, so counsel, I can set the bond at $30,000. And I think that will be enough to ensure his appearance. Or either I'll set the bond at $20,000 with GPS.
$30,000, Judge.
Okay. So the bond will be set at $30,000. And Ms. Ferguson, I need this set for a contestant.
It's actually set on March the 6th, Judge.
All right.
Already it was previously, did you want me to move it or?
No, you can keep it for March 6th. So we'll come back on March 6th. In defense, that will be a contested.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Is there anything else?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Not from the fence, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Salazar, you're going to be set in this court on March 6th at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, 7,500 to 75. Yeah, that's a lot. What did he do? Not sure. Not sure.
You let him-
Excuse me, Ms. Boyd, I'm
Yes.
finished.
Yes, you're finished. You're excused. Thank you, Mr. Salazar. Thank you at the jail for getting him on.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You have a good
You're
day.
welcome.
Oh.
All right, so have you all decided, do you want a bench trial or jury trial?
A jury trial, Judge.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, what date for a jury trial on Fenton?
Judge, the state doesn't agree with the bench trial, so.
All right, Mr. Fenton, come down.
Okay, next case.
All right, so with regards to jury trials, the state is entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled.
Okay, now this guy is back. Hold on. Let me put this down here. He had a hard time choosing between a jury trial or a bench trial. His attorney recommended him to do this as a bench trial, but you never know. It's up to him.
Entitled to a jury trial. So the only way we can have a bench trial is if the state waives their jury trial and say they'll have a bench trial. So state, you're not waiving and agreeing to allow him to have a bench trial?
Correct, Judge.
All righty.
And no, I am not related to that guy. I really am not. I think he looks more like Jeff.
Norma,
What's that?
call downstairs, bring a jury up. Thank you. Have a seat.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'm gonna have to run.
No, just stay here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Kyle Stone? Yes,
Can I be excused?
yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Hi.
Judge.
And we'll take testimony today after we do jury selection. Each side will have 20 minutes.
Okay.
Court is calling 2024 CR 012124 State versus Kyle Stone. Could I have parties announced for the state? Defense?
Trey Maurer from Mr. Stone.
And are you Mr. Stone?
I am, ma'am.
And there are no applications in this case?
There are not.
All right, counsel, have you received all discovery?
I have, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
I didn't review it with him, but I did review it and we discussed it.
All right, court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Stone, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did, ma'am. Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Waiving the offender enhancement allegation.
No objections.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand your charge of possession of controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
I do.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so.
Mr. Stone, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am, they have not.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I am very much.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial? Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
I did, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
I did.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County jail, in the Bexar County jail under 1244. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
I did, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
I did, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There have not been.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Contained in exhibit 1 and attachments.
No objections.
Did you review, state you may be excused. Mr. Porter, before you leave, could I speak to you for a moment? Thank you. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses? The state would call in the right to remain silent.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
And now she reads the evidence, I assume.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding to sentencing?
We are.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we just ask that you follow the agreement, please.
All right, has the parole been revoked?
It has not yet, Judge. They were waiting to see what happened with this case.
All right, do you have that cause number?
Let's see, I might have it in here. Judge, I don't have that cause number in front of me. I'm sorry. You want me to step back and see if I can
Oh,
find it?
no, that's no problem. Just let the clerks know. All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, give you credit for any time served, and this is to run concurrent with any parole revocation if that were to occur.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
I did, ma'am. Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, good luck to you.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Judge.
You're welcome.
Hey, big excuse.
Yeah. He got his plea bargain and probably revoked probation, as they talked about. This is day-to-day court, folks. Now, she does do trials, and one that not because I know anything about the case, but earlier in this stream, there was a case pending from 2023, and the defendant's attorney was prepared to argue a motion to suppress evidence. 20 minutes before their hearing started, he got in his lap, hey, here are some more documents by the prosecution. And the prosecution didn't get it until this morning, or that morning, from some investigator. So a case pending since 2023 and on the verge of, more or less verge of trial. Then extra discovery shows up. She wasn't happy. And if you want to know, yeah, they rescheduled that for March 24th for the hearing on the motion to suppress. And if the motion to suppress is successful, well, then the prosecution has to decide, can they move forward without any of the things that was done through what the attorney claims is a bad search of his apartment. And well, so we have to, I have no idea what that case is about, but I will definitely show up here, March 24th, 2 p.m. Texas time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 p.m. my time. It's a Monday, but I really, really want to know. I really, really want to know what that was all about. Let's skip ahead. Dun, dun, dun.
It will not let me. I was gonna ask you.
Oh, sure, just give me a
sorry.
second, let me finish this.
I'm
I'll call you up in just a moment.
great.
You're
Thank
welcome. And- Yes. Okay, hang on. Mhm.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, Norma, that attorney brought me this order. It's on Kevin Rogers. Can you call that attorney down? Mhm.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm so sorry you got stuck under other papers.
Oh, no worries, Your Honor.
There you are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, counsel, you wanted to approach me?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Judge, my client has some concerns. That
You want to talk to him?
I've done my best, Judge.
Mr. Porter, are you okay with being appointed as a second chair in this case with counsel?
Sure, Judge.
All right, so if y'all will sit over there and talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They have a hard time explaining to that guy what's the difference between a bench trial and a jury trial. So his attorney now got a second bench to try to explain it to this defendant. This is the difference. And this is the third or fourth time they had him up there because Judge Boyd wants him to decide.
Place Mr. Porter as second chair in that case. Mr. Roundtree. Hi.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, your client isn't on Zoom or here in the courtroom.
No, ma'am, I'm sorry. I didn't realize he was mandatory. He had to be here. I can call him and ask him to log in.
Oh, yeah, just have him Zoom in. What is your client's full name?
His name, oh, don't put me on the spot like that.
Her name is Sparta.
Yes,
Sparta.
yes.
That's what Norma says. All right, if you'll just have him Zoom in, I'll take it up.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Norma, could I see the file on Esparza?
Yeah, yeah, I see.
Okay, thank you.
I thought I did it.
Okay.
I have Karen Munoz. Oh, here we are.
Yeah. Oh, I hope it's not a soft sit. I've been trying to stream Sovsit stuff on
Judge,
my
yes,
channel.
the
It just
part where I
ends up
spoke
with me being
with,
frustrated and
Mr.
cursing.
Hardy, and we are prepared to sign off on a jury waiver, but they still need, there's been a change in their position.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay.
You can cancel the jury panel. My understanding is that the state is in agreement with a bench trial.
Oh, they chose a bench trial. Oh, and he's back. Mr. Tim Roundtree. Let's see if he gets his client on Zoom. Working from his car, it seems. Yeah, a bench trial is much quicker. Because, how do I explain it? The prosecution doesn't need to go
Yes.
emotional.
Smith, is it considered a state going on a lesser included? No, they're just following it as an attempted. Yes, and it's okay to do it as an attempted because. Like reduced to a lesser offense? Yes, just so that he can have the misdemeanor conviction as opposed to the felony. Yeah. Thank you.
Just Boyd, I think my client should be logged in now.
All right, thank you.
Okay, then I have to put myself out here or something of the sort. And yes.
State, are you aware of this petition for an occupational license on Renee Esparza?
Yes, Judge, I confirmed with Mr. Roundtree when he was in court, incorporating Docket.
All right, are you ready to proceed with the hearing?
Wait, what? So this guy who needs an attorney has the Zoom name Texas Wedding Ministers. Oh boy. What did you do? What did you do? Oh, will this be spicy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Texas Wedding Ministers. Oh, you didn't want that name up. Oh.
All right. This is a hearing on a request for an occupational license. It's filed under cause number 2025 CI 0.
Okay, request for an occupational license. So this judge does them as well. So apparently he's not there for a crime. He's not there for a crime.
1606.
I hope.
And
I don't know.
It's NRA occupational license for Renee Esparza. State, are you ready to proceed with the hearing?
Or
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, are you ready to proceed?
We're ready, Your Honor.
And are you Renee
I have no
Esparza?
idea what's going on.
You're on mute, sir.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
All right. Any objection to Mr. Esparza appearing by Zoom, state or defense?
No objection from the state.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So defense, this is your petition. You may proceed.
Judge, we would just ask that you would review the petition, which has been verified. And Mr. Esparza has a wedding planning business, correct, Renee?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he and his wife work together. His wife is usually in another city, and so he needs to drive while he is here to carry out necessary household duties as well as to carry out his employment or his self-employment. He has an interlock installed, and at the time I filed it, I included the most recent receipt for the calibration.
So this guy is on ankle bracelet for something. I don't know what. Okay, but at least he removed the Texas Wedding Minister's name.
He's filed his certified copy of his driving record, and we are asking for the interlock restricted license, which would only permit him to operate a vehicle that has an interlock installed, which he does have.
All right. Mr. Esparza, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand and state your name for the record.
My name is Renee
Esparza.
All right. So, Mr. Esparza, do you have ignition interlock installed on your vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And is there an ignition interlock installed on your wife's vehicle?
Not currently, Your Honor.
How many vehicles do you have access to?
We have 3.
All right. And are you listed as the owner on all 3 vehicles?
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean,
And you only
apparently he's a wedding planner. He goes around. Maybe he attends wedding. Maybe he had a few drinks and then decided to drive home. I have no idea why he has an ankle bracelet. But folks, do not drink and drive or pulled over for DUI, driving under influence. Folks, just don't. You might end up with your face here. Yeah, that's better. That wedding has to have been worth it.
have ignition interlock on one?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any questions, State?
No, Judge.
Any questions, defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defense. So let me just tell you what the court's concern is. The court concern is that he has 3 vehicles that are his vehicles, and there's only one with ignition interlock on it.
I understand, Judge, and I know that Mr. Esparza will be willing to install an interlock on the other vehicles. If that's what the court wants, he'll absolutely do it.
right.
I think one vehicle is with his wife, and that's the one she drives, and she's not here in San Antonio, although I hope she gets to come home sometimes. But, so Judge, whatever you order, we'll do it.
All right, so once he has obtained ignition interlock on those other 2 devices, we won't need to have another hearing. You can just come in, Mr. Roundtree. But the court
Okay.
is not going to grant his request for an occupational license until there's an ignition interlock on all vehicles that he has ownership in.
I understand, Judge. We'll get it done, and I'll bring the proof.
Thank you. And State, any objections to an occupational license with those safeguards?
No, Your Honor.
All right, one.
Yeah. If you have a DUI, you have access to 3 cars, you are asking, I have to drive for business. Well, what? It should not have come as a surprise to him that he needs the breathalyzer start car thingy on all the vehicles he might use.
Once I have that proof, Mr. Esparza, then your attorney can come in and I will sign the motion, and it will be notated in the record that we've had a hearing which was required legally. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Roundtree.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Oh, just 1 second.
And the camera is, I don't know what. She has muted the court for some reason. And this is what she does when you're not supposed to hear or see anything. Then this screen shows up. So let's skip ahead until she comes back. Ooh. Yeah, we have our suspicion that because they have a defendant there who can't decide between a bench trial or a jury trial. He has one attorney who tried to explain the difference. And then Judge Boyd got a bit impatient and asked another attorney, can you second chair for him and try to explain for this defendant what's the difference? And the speculation in the chat is that the defendant might be a solicit.
Okay.
The clerk have it.
Norma, I have one I'll print out.
We're starting today, right?
Yes.
You need him dressed for tomorrow.
No. It's a bench trial.
Okay.
Yes.
May I approach you?
Yes. Yes.
I have a motion to pay investigators a file stamped. E-file already, but I understand we need to file a paper one as well.
Just one moment. Let me
Sure.
print this out very quickly.
Not a problem.
So it seems like that guy settled for a bench trial. All right. Justin Wright, I prefer watching police interactions with subs. It's much more entertaining. Yeah, but when one shows up in court with a judge that doesn't take any crap, and this Judge Boyd, oh, she's not playing around. She really is not playing around.
All right. Yes. And is this case closed, counsel?
Who is that?
This is Giselle.
I'm sorry, they all are closed.
Okay.
I'm distinguishing it. Some have been replaced on and some I have closed.
All right. There you are.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Hi, Papa Rain.
Print out this.
Mary, get it.
Could you walk in the hallway then and give that to the defense? They're in the back hallway. Thank you. All right, who is she for?
Mary Guerrero.
Nicola is in Amsterdam and medicated. Yeah, medicated. See.
Stop 4:30.
Oh.
An hour, Judge, but I mean, that was gonna stop 4:30, but he's ready to go for tomorrow.
All right, defense,
Yes, Judge.
do you want to speak with the state? They say their witness can be here at 4:30.
The police officer? What about witness two?
Still need the civilian witness for the theft vehicle.
Make up the whole case.
And we got.
I understand it's a theft, right?
It's 2 counts.
What's down
UMB.
in there? One,
Theft vehicle.
so without a complainant, I'm just gonna do what? Pull over? Pull somebody over? They're not the right owner, but everything else is their thing.
Oh, that's interesting. So that is the case. Unlawful vehicle thingy. And apparently he was just pulled over for some reason. And while I have you here, yeah, I have a tip jar. It is PayPal. Here's the thing with the economic climate seems to not be very good at the moment. So I will never chase or grift for super chats, rumble rants, or anything. I actually forbid you. If you are, should I sponsor Nick or should I buy bread? there should be no question. If you have to think about it, don't. Just don't. I'm doing okay. But if you choose to and you have the means, I would be very thankful if you choose to sponsor my channel. All right. Thank you. See here.
Okay. It's coming fresh. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. File on Gara? Oh, it's Mary Stella? Yes. All right, Mary Stella.
Yes, sure.
Hi. Hi. So this is what I want you to explain to you. I know there may have been some confusion.
Yeah.
But when you're on GPS, if there is a request for you to come to court, it's not a violation of your GPS if you come to court, okay?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I thought I had to call.
Oh, no,
Okay.
no problem. It's just that if, let's say, for example, I tell you you need to be in court tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you you need to be in court tomorrow, but for an example or hypothetical, if I were to order you to be in court for tomorrow, Miss Ferguson will give you a reset form. It'll have the date on it.
Okay.
And you'll need to come in on that date.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
But just because you have to come to court, that doesn't mean you're allowed to stop at different places. So you'll only be able to leave your house and come to the courtroom. You understand?
If I'm in the bus.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, no, I understand about the bus.
Yeah, I'm in the bus.
All right, Miss Ferguson. On this case, since that evaluation is still pending, let's recall her back for March 24th.
Yes, ma'am.
So she's going to give you a reset form for March 24th.
Okay.
Just make sure you're here at 9, all right?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you have any questions about anything? All
Thank
right,
you.
just remain in court and she'll give you a reset form.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
God bless you.
Oh, thank you. God bless you too.
If Judge Boyd feels that somebody needs a break, she will give them a break. There's no question about it.
Oh. Okay.
Can you just sign it? Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing her.
Thank you so much for helping her. I appreciate you.
All right, you're welcome. But yeah, if anytime she has a court date,
Yes, ma'am.
it's not going to cause her to have a warrant because she came to court.
Yes, ma'am. I've been helping her for the past week and I've been communicating with her officer, so we are on the same page. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Megan. And Munoz and Fenton.
Miguel, San Miguel.
San Miguel.
San Miguel's up there. Peterson is out there.
Okay.
But I see, Oscar Barrera. Did we complete Oscar Barrera? Oscar Barrera, he's on the docket. Oh, right. But Sean, it's been one of those days.
Yeah, Oscar Barrera was earlier on this day.
All right, and Zapata,
He's in the box.
okay. All right, and is that everyone? What about Karen? Oh, Karen San Miguel is also Karen Munoz. All right, if you'll come down, please.
This is an ordinary docket day in the life of Judge Boyd's court.
Sean,
And
on
I
this
really,
case,
really enjoyed it.
San Miguel, isn't she supposed to be in state ISL?
Judge, so I just sent an email over to, our personnel to find
Hi,
out
Ava. Good to have you here.
how much further. The last indication that's in the system was, on 131. It stated that she had, on 131, it stated that she was cleared medically. She was waiting for transport, but, no transport date was given. So I just reached out. I spoke with Miss San Miguel and she told me a couple of things that she's on at the jail that she seems to think will preclude her from actually being able to be transferred to state ISF. So I included that in my email and I was waiting for a response.
All right, so when would you like her brought back? Her attorney is requesting Monday, but I know that may be too soon.
Monday is fine, Judge.
All right, so we're gonna bring you back on March 24th to see what's going on with the transfer.
March 24th.
I'm sorry, February 24th. Oh, but Sean, I'm making sure everybody's paying attention. All right, so we'll bring you back on Monday. All right.
Thank you.
No, don't worry.
Judge and Race, you know, as far as that, did y'all take care of that?
Oh, yes, we did.
You did?
Yes, his attorney is going to give me proof that he has ignition and lock on all vehicles.
So do you want me to recall it for a day?
No, he's gonna let us know.
Okay.
Okay.
Gary, I cannot say his last name.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
So can I get texting? But I haven't received the text message back. I know some defense attorneys have having issues with the MTRs being, getting their notices.
All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna recall you. And Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this for Tuesday. So we're gonna bring you back on Tuesday and make sure that your attorney is here.
Yes, ma'am.
There have been some
Oh.
issues with the system. Some attorneys are not receiving notice.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's Sydney Peterson. Sorry that happened.
No, it's okay, man.
All right, thank
I'm
you.
here. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Almost everybody is very polite to her because they know if they start to act up, she is bringing you down. Everybody in that courtroom, or almost everybody, has the utmost respect for her. All the attorneys, all the prosecutors. Some defendants, but most, yeah, you don't want to piss this woman off,
Yeah.
this judge off.
Timothy Zapata. If you'll come down, please.
March 3rd.
Your defense attorney is currently in Comal County, and I always tell you, people can't be in two places at the same time.
Sure.
So we're gonna recall you for Monday.
Really?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much for your patience.
In short,
Yes.
Judge, in short, the defendant refuses to sign the waiver. He wants jury trial.
All right, then we'll bring you back tomorrow for a jury trial. Ms. Ferguson, have him dressed tomorrow for jury trial.
Yeah, that's the tall, lanky guy who's just couldn't decide between a jury trial and a bench trial and has been going back and forth. And then they decided for a bench trial, and then he refused to sign the waiver. And as Judge Boyd Yep. Then we're done. We will see you tomorrow for trial, which would be the February 21st. I wonder. Hold on. If I can. Let's see. That would be dun dun dun. If I can find. That would be State v. Curtis. Let's see here. No, that's not him. Let's see if there is another stream. No, that's weird. So I don't know, but apparently on the day after this, something happened, and the trial wasn't set for the 21st. Okay, then we know that.
And the court will not sign any agreements for waivers. So y'all start your jury trial tomorrow at 9. Just have them downstairs to hold over jury. They still should have some more jurors downstairs.
They don't, we had the last.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. Don't play games. Either you're signing it or you're not. Well, he's explaining it to you. How old are you? How old are you? All right, so here's the thing. I always tell people this. The best time to talk to your family is before all of this happens. For example, I always have young people come in my court, and you know what I tell them when they say they want to talk to their family? Of course, I give them time because they're 18. But I always say parents would appreciate it when you're invited to a party. Hypothetically, you're invited to a party and you go to your parents and you say, I've been invited to this party. It starts at 7 p.m. and your parents say, be home by 10 p.m. You go to the party. You already know parents are not going to be there, that people may have drugs and alcohol. What happens? Police may come, you get arrested, then you want to call your parents for advice. Parents would appreciate the advice being sought before they give permission. For example, there's a party at 7 p.m. I want to go to that party. I'll be home by 10. Just so you know, there will be no adult supervision and drugs will be served. And then your parents can say, you know what? I don't want you going to that party. But people always have issues where allegedly they're in trouble, they have a case, then everybody wants to say, let me get my parents' or my relatives' opinion on this. And what I would always tell my clients, you know what I tell them? It's great to get your family's opinion on something, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what ends up happening is your attorney doesn't do any time or is placed on probation. So.
These past few days, I'm very counted. I've been moved and trying to find in different state counties. And I've been able to go on and over that over 75 hours.
All right, defense, will you explain to your client?
Your Honor, I haven't been able to shower in over 72 hours.
Mhm.
I haven't been able to eat but 2 meals a day in over 72 hours.
All right, so.
I only ate 1 meal.
Okay, so this is what I need to tell you about that. People think that I have control over what's happening at the jail. I do not. That's something you should address to with the sheriff's office.
Maybe Monday or Tuesday, I have to talk to my family.
And that was the end of that stream because Judge Boyd cut it out. She just did. Yeah, we're done here. We're done here. And I checked the day after, and it was not a trial with that guy who was out of who wasn't in picture. and it's not the defense attorney. So I guess something happened between the end of that stream and the day after, because he wasn't there. And now I want to show you something else. I just got permission to share it. Dun, dun, dun. This is somebody's child who have a fun time watching me.
Is that kitty? Such motion into the offenses charged. How do you plead guilty or no contest? State any evidence?
Yeah, Mr. Jingles is having only cat's moment behind me here, and I don't think that. Oh, you're done. Thank you, Mr. Jingles. Mr. Jingles, you don't have to there live on stream. Could you please avoid that, Mr. Jingles? Aww. Oh, that's so cute. All right, folks. That was Judge Boyd. And tomorrow, it's going to be a full day of the Delphi case. We'll read the latest filings. I might have guests on who wants to talk about the Delphi case. So it will be a panel show of sorts. Now, I don't think it will start at noon. It would most probably start maybe around 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So check in here again, 3 p.m. or check me on X. Or if you remember, you can always check on Discord. But I will stream tomorrow, and it will be about the Delphi case. There's been, let's see here. It's Richard Allen's verified reply memorandum to State of Indiana's response to preserve and produce and request for sanctions. So even though the trial is over, the prosecution and Judge Gull keeps being assholes. They just can't stop being assholes. But that was all I had for you today. Thank you so much, BrainSocks, over at Rumble for your $2 Rumble rant. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and yeah, I will see you all back here tomorrow, and bring friends. I'm still somewhat shadow banned by YouTube. I don't know what I've done wrong. I have a quarter of my usual audience, and it's been like that for a month now. All I can do is keep putting out videos, keep streaming, and hopefully I will break through that eventually. But again, everybody, thank you for being here. Have a good one, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.